Thing on. Is this thing on? Does my computer still recognize the YouTube channel? Hey, everybody, how you doing? It's Uncle Bruce here, live from Tokyo, Japan. How are you guys doing? Here in Tokyo, it's about. Hang on a second. Here it's. There we go. Here it's about 8 o'clock at night in Tokyo. I think it's 5 in the morning in Calgary, and that would mean 7 in the morning in New York. Good early morning to all of you. Welcome to the show. Thought I'd go live today. Haven't been live in a while. Still growing the beard, and thought I'd say hi. And what's up with Sofi? What the hell? Has it hit bottom? Has it finally, done it? Maybe it has. Maybe just in this neighborhood is about as low as this stock's going to go. It's been about 4 or 5 days now where we bottomed, and we popped a little, and we bottomed again. We're not going to 15. We're not going to 12. We're not going to 10. I don't think so. I believe that Sofi is unbelievably cheap. I think that a double from here would not be a stretch. $35, $36. I would love to see it join the S&P 500. I was disappointed last week when I found out it didn't make the latest round. But I heard something interesting. I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday that the good old Campbell's Soup Company. You remember those guys, Campbell's Soup? I mean, who doesn't love Campbell's Soup? They're an S&P 500 company. I don't know if you knew that, but Campbell's Soup has been part of the S&P since 1957. That's a long time ago because I was born in 1955. So, that's 68 years. It is one of 50 companies still part of the S&P 500 from the beginning of the S&P 500. But the capital, the market cap of Campbell's Soup is $7.5 billion. The market cap of Sofi at these low prices, $22.5 billion, triple the value of Campbell's Soup. So from that standpoint, the fact that Sofi makes money, it's a U.S. company, it trades lots of stock, qualifies for an S&P 500 over Campbell's. So could Campbell's Soup be dumped at any time and Sofi switched in? Yeah, I think there's more than just Campbell's Soup out there that could be switched out for Sofi. I wouldn't be surprised if Sofi, I believe the last time I looked into it, Sofi was worth more in its market cap than maybe 75 of the S&P 500 members now. You could probably Google that yourself and check it out, or you try Chat GPT and ask Chat GPT with Sofi having a $25 billion market cap, where would it rank if it were in the S&P 500 for market cap? Something tells me it would be in the low 400s, maybe high 300s, maybe that high. I don't know. So the day will come, kids. The day will come that Sofi will be added to the S&P 500. No question about it. And that day will be a turning point long-term for the stock because, of course, the shares will need to be scooped up by every index fund in the world that follows the S&P, that tracks the S&P 500. So I know that's coming. I just don't know if it's coming today or tomorrow or next week or next month or, I don't know. But it's going to happen. Anyway, how you doing, everybody? Welcome all to my channel. I thought I'd pop in again, say hi. Little surprise announcement for you. It's tracking right now across the bottom of the screen. My option classes, putting them on sale. I'm in Tokyo. I need money. I got to get back. So if you want to get 4 classes for the price of 3, make your move. Spring sale, surprise, surprise. What you need to do is go to my website, stockmarketswithbruce.ca. and pick out the 4 classes you'd like to have, and send me an email. Tell me the 4 you'd like to get. Send $600 to the PayPal account right there, paypal.com, Bruce Farmer, Traveling with Bruce. That's the account. And send me an email. Tell me the 4 classes you want. I'll send you personally, I will send you the 4 links you need for the 4 classes you'd like. Buy 3, get 1 free. Thank you all for reaching out to me from time to time. Some of you have sent emails my way saying hi. Some of you have asked the odd question or two about what to do in this market. And some of you have reached out for one-on-ones, and I've done a couple of those since the road trip began. Just a recap for all of you where I've been and all of that. Jen and I left Calgary on New Year's Eve, December 31st. We flew out of Calgary to London, and we, of course, arrived on January the 1st. We spent a night in London and flew down to Malta and spent a week in Malta. And I think I have a photo I could show you of me in Malta. It won't show Malta very well, but it'll show me in Malta. Let's see. Is that up here? See if that pops up or not. There I am. There's the cool guy with glasses pointing at you. That's Malta behind me. That's a little marina behind me there. Every one of those boats, every one of those were for sale. That's a little sale. It's a little boat retailer, I guess, or seller, reseller. And there were some nice little toys in that marina. Yeesh. Malta is booming. After Malta, we flew back up to London, and we took a train the next day over to Southampton, and we caught the Queen Anne cruise ship, and we left Southampton for a 42-day cruise from Southampton, south of Africa, up to the Maldives, to Sri Lanka, over to Singapore. And here's one of the sea days that we had. We had a fantastic cruise. It was such a beautiful cruise. The water for about 20 of those 42 days was kind of like that. It was incredibly smooth. And that is me. I took a photo from the deck, the promenade deck, as I love to do every day. I would walk around the ship and get some exercise. The only waves that were being made were the waves we were making. Quite amazing. Just absolutely fabulous. Now, you may see some haze in the middle of that photograph there. That's actually the exhaust of the ship being blown over one side. So actually, we were heading into a slight breeze off the ship, and the exhaust was flowing just slightly to the side, but high enough off the ship that we didn't experience it. We left it behind, unfortunately. Anyway, what a great cruise. 42 days, 6 weeks at sea. Jen and I just unwound and relaxed, and had a daily routine every day just to kind of live the ship life. Ended up in Singapore in third week of February. We spent a few extra days in Singapore after we got off the ship, regrettably, and enjoyed Singapore together. And then we flew to Tokyo. And Auntie Jen and I were here for almost 2 weeks, about 11, 12 days. And I surprised Auntie Jen with a little thing that I had set up with my daughter, Jennifer Jr. Jen Jr. flew out here from Calgary to Tokyo. And we were here on our third day. And I told Jen I need to go downstairs in the hotel here to talk to the concierge about one of the outings we were thinking of taking. It was all a ruse. She said, yeah, okay, whatever. She was reading her iPad. She had a book on her iPad. And Jen Jr. had flown in, had taken the bus from Narita Airport. I met her downstairs, checked her in her own room, and then brought her up here to our room, and walked in and just said, geez, that concierge, he's got all kinds of surprises for us. And then in walks Jennifer Jr. Auntie Jen is sitting on the bed, and there's her daughter standing right in front of her. mind-blowing experience. She could not believe it. She was totally stunned, and we had Jen Jr. with us for the last 6 days of Auntie Jen's portion of this trip, and the two of them went home day before yesterday. They flew back to Calgary, arrived safe and sound, all is well, and I'm finishing off my trip here alone in Tokyo. And this gave me an opportunity to say hi to you guys, and the trip's been great. It's been very interesting, and like I say, it's been uniquely interesting for me and for Jennifer and Jen Jr. to see another part of the world that you're not normally exposed to. And for Jennifer and I, having 6 weeks at sea and stopping in Namibia, Cape Verde, the Tenerife, then South Africa, Cape Town, Port Elizabeth, Durban, then coming. We missed a cyclone by skirting in between Africa and Madagascar, and we ended up in the Seychelles. Then we ended up in Maldives. That was interesting, really interesting to see Maldives. Then to Sri Lanka, rejoined our scheduled route on time, and Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia, and then ultimately Singapore. And you see what's going on in a big part of the rest of the planet, and you quickly realize that we in North America are not the dominant economic power of the world. We're significant. Oh yes, Canada, the U.S., Mexico. We are a significant triumvirate. Problem is, we're not getting along like we should be. But the rest of the planet is moving on and moving forward economically in a big way, and it is impressive to see. And the way you can tell how the other 80% of the planet is moving on is by the sheer size of container ships that are coming in and out of ports around the world trading goods. Some of the goods are destined for the United States. Yeah. Most are not. They're headed to Europe. They're headed to Africa. They're headed to the Middle East, depending on where in the Middle East we're talking about. We're talking about India, Asia, between Japan and China and South Korea and Indonesia and Malaysia and these other countries. It's unbelievable how much economic activity is going on that we in North America have no part in whatsoever. We are a minority player in the big picture. And unfortunately, many Canadians and Americans and others are so brainwashed by their countries to be told that you're the greatest in the world and you're the be all and end all of everything. And when you leave your country and you travel a little bit, even if it's just to Europe or if it's to the Mideast or to Asia or to Africa, South America, you begin to realize there's a whole rest of the world out there that doesn't use the propaganda that you are bombarded with at home. They have their own propaganda. They have their own way of doing things. And they're moving on. They're moving forward. And the planet as a whole is moving forward in ways that I'm embarrassed in a way to be North American sometimes when I see how much wind power is being created, for example, rather than burning coal or burning oil to make electricity. How much solar is incorporated on rooftops everywhere for everything. Even combination solar panels and hot water tank heaters on rooftops are a combination, depending on the climate in which you live. It's stunning. It's just stunning how small countries, medium-sized countries, large countries are adopting energy creation methods so far ahead of the rest of us. They've left behind the old school of burning coal, mining coal to burn it to make heat, done over. Uranium, nuclear power is not the future for a lot of countries. Not needed. It's just not needed. The sun is where it's coming from. The sun rises every day, sets every day. It's predictable where it's going to be in the sky. Even on cloudy days, you can create electricity from solar panels. Windmills produce power depending on where you place them, obviously. Many zillions of these windmills offshore, clusters around various countries. You can't see them from the shore where you're living. They're just 12 miles offshore, and that's over the horizon because the earth is not flat. Cranking out electricity like you can't believe, almost 24/7, silently, efficiently, and the world has moved on. The amount of electric cars outside of North America will stun you when you travel yourself. How you come into large cities like in Japan, electric vehicles, hybrids, that's the norm. Absolutely no. Gasoline-powered cars are out. They are quickly evaporating from the world. It is truly stunning how the rest of the planet just is moving ahead with what it has to do. And there's not a thing we can do about it in North America. We're not getting our act together as a group of North American countries. Some parts of North America, yes. Go to California. How many Teslas on the road? I've talked about this. Lots of Teslas. Come to a red light, and the pedestrians cross, and all the cars are waiting to turn and go, and then the left-hand turns, signals go first, and then cars go across, and you start counting Teslas and Rivians and Lucids, all these electric machines. It's unbelievable. If you've seen any videos ever on YouTube about these Chinese-made electric cars and how sophisticated these things have become, and how fancy a vehicle you can get now that's an electric vehicle, it's a mind blower. Detroit has blown it, totally blown itself out of the water. North American auto manufacturers have walked away from electric vehicles, which means they have literally created their own death. In 20, 30 years from now, they're going to be done for, because no one's going to want their cars outside of their local area, America perhaps. The rest of the world has moved on. It's just a fact. But you got to get off your butt, get on an airplane, travel 8 hours out of your time zone, 12 hours, 14 hours, and see for yourself just how the rest of the world is acting and moving ahead. It is stunning. Anyway, I'm just a guy in front of a computer today saying hi to all of you from around the world, wherever you are. I thank you so much for your support of this channel over the years, and your kind words, officially on the air, off the air. I love you. Thank you so much. Thank you for, I think someone sent me a donation. Is that true? Oh my goodness. Yes, thank you. Welcome back, Uncle Bruce. Grab a double, and don't be a stranger, eh? I got to tell you, Jen and I were in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. We had a one-day stop on our Queen Anne cruise ship, and we had taken a bus ride, one of those shuttle buses, to a local shopping district, and we were in a mall, and wouldn't you know it, there was a Tim Hortons in the shopping mall. It was great. We saw a Dunkin' Donuts, we saw KFC, we saw Burger King. Usually you always see those, but here's a Tim Hortons. And I came up to the counter and I said, I'd like a double. They didn't know what it meant. So I had to explain to them what a double is, and they happily made it. They had donuts. I got a Boston cream donut, which is a custard-filled donut, for those of you who know. And delicious, wonderful. And we took photos, and there were literally other cruise passengers. But every 5-10 minutes, a cruise passenger, husband and wife, would pop and go, "Oh, here's a Tim Hortons," and they would take a picture of the Tim Hortons to send back home. So we found a Tim Hortons here. Last year, when I was in Dubai, there are all kinds of Tim Hortons in Dubai. I think I saw 6 or 8 different locations just on my limited exposure. And trying to remember where else have I been to a Tim Hortons. Trying to remember, was there one in Cape Town? I can't remember if I saw one in Cape Town. Maybe not. Saw a Lindt chocolate shop in Cape Town and here in Tokyo. Jennifer sniffs those out instantaneously. Of course, we had to go in and get some more chocolate for Auntie Jen. Cannot have a day without Lindt chocolate. So yeah, the world is moving on, but we are part of the world in other ways. Thank you, Wasaga. Thank you, Wasaga, so much for this generous donation, $5.99. Hey, it all helps. Got to tell you, the Canadian dollar has risen nicely against the Japanese yen since I was last here, August of last year. Last August, a Canadian dollar would get you 106 yen. Today, a Canadian dollar will get you 117 yen. So a very nice improvement, which shows what's been happening economically out there. But yeah, what can I say? Alex, how you doing there, buddy? Thank you for the message on the nuclear power thing and always being around and your messages. I love it. Thank you. John Talks UK. Hello from Kuala Lumpur. Thank you, John Talks. If anyone's in Tokyo, let me know. You want to get together? Let me know. We should do a meet and greet here in Tokyo if anybody wants to do one. Love to do a meet and greet here in Tokyo. Beautiful city, incredible city here. I've talked about it last year, and I will tell you that it is clean, spotlessly clean. Tokyo, spotlessly clean. Virtually no graffiti anywhere. Under bridges, on garbage cans, mailboxes, walls of buildings. There is no graffiti here. It's shocking. 35 million people, no graffiti. Quiet for a city of this size. How quiet it is shocking. It's amazing. You get used to it. Jennifer, I talked to her this morning. Her first night back in Calgary. So I said, "How was it? Is it good to be back in our bed and all that in our apartment?" She says, "I can't believe how noisy it is outside." Sirens, off in the distance. Fire truck. People talking on the sidewalk, walking up and down at night. She says, "I can't believe how loud it is." I said, "You just came from a city of 35 million people." It's utterly silent out there. It's amazing. When you get on a subway car, little announcements will come on every once in a while, requesting that if you're talking to someone, please whisper to someone beside you. Don't talk loudly, and please turn your phone off. Your sound on your phone off, so no one hears ringing, no one hears that stupid music of yours on your cell phone. Please don't talk on your cell phone. It's incredible. I was in one subway car the other day. I think there were 150 people in this thing. We were all jammed in there. I mean, the seats were full, people standing up. Absolute silence. It was wonderful. I tell you, what a change. I'll tell you something. Anyway, there you go. Thank you all for popping on. Nice to see you here. Not a lurker anymore. Hey, thank you, my friend. Sub and like. So, what are you doing out there with your option writing? I've been doing some option writing. I've had some wins and losses. Welcome to this market. Try to predict this market in the last month. My God, has it been insane? If you're a cash secured put writer, I think you're doing okay. Even with stocks backing off, I think you're doing okay. I have asked a question today on the poll question of the day. I think Sofi has hit rock bottom and will break $20 a share before the end of March. What do you think about that poll question? You think that's a possibility? One of the polls has 49 results, and 55% of you say yes. I think the stock will hit $20 a share by the end of this month. What do you think about that, kids? Is that realistic? The other one has 42 votes. 57% say yes, 43% say no. So let me know your thoughts on that. I'd love to get your thoughts. Say hi to me if you like. Tell me where you're watching me from. I'm in Tokyo. That's where I am right now. and I welcome you to the channel today. Sofi 1784 in the pre-market right now, up about 14 cents as best as I can see on my screen. Quiet volume, 135,000. It's still very early in the morning, of course. We don't open for a while yet. But I kind of wonder if we've been scraping the bottom for a little while. We've kind of, tested the 17 level, high 17. For the stock to reach 18 and a half, 19 and a half, $20, it wouldn't take much. A little bit of good news out of the Mideast, but you tell me what, who's going to do and what he's going to say when he's going to say it. I don't know. I can't guess. You probably can't guess either. But unfortunately, the price of a gallon of gas is a lot higher because of one person's decision to do what has been done the last 2 weeks, and this isn't going to stop for a while. I'll tell you, I follow the news back home all the time, of course. So the wonderful things about today's world in 2026, you can follow news from your hometown no matter where in the world you go. And I'm following news back in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And 2 weeks ago, just before the attack on Iran, about that week before, the provincial government of Alberta brought out their budget. And they revealed that they were running a deficit. Oil-rich Alberta was running a deficit. And they said that the next year, for through 26 into 27, that we're probably going to run a deficit of about 9 or 10 billion Canadian dollars for the next year. I'll tell you a little secret here. For some of you, it's not a secret. For some of you may not know this. For every $1 a barrel that oil goes up in price, the government of Alberta makes $20 million a day more in royalties. So that's $700 million a year more in dollars if oil goes up $1. So if it goes up $10, well, that's $7 billion in added revenue to the provincial government, the government of Alberta. Now, the oil companies in Canada that are all practically headquartered in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, they make more than that collectively because royalties are a part of the price. These guys are also earning dollars every time oil goes up in price. Oil was 58 to $60 a barrel, about 65 a barrel just when the budget came out. And the government of Alberta had been guessing and predicting that oil would be 75 a barrel all last year. And that didn't happen all last year. Parts of the year did, but most of the year didn't. And that's why they had a deficit. In 2 weeks, since that budget has come out, oil, as you are well aware out there, is $95 a barrel in West Texas right now, 100 in Europe, Brent. So it's up $30 a barrel at least in value in 2 weeks, which is 50% higher than where it was, a month ago. The Alberta government right now at $30 a barrel more is raking in $600 million a day more in royalties right now. 600 million. Now, a $10 billion deficit or a $9 billion deficit using $600 million. What is that? 15 days? 20 days? The Alberta government is now running a surplus on its year already and could have a record surplus in its coffers for next year's reporting period. So the fortunes of Alberta have just turned on a dime. Same in Texas, Oklahoma, North Dakota, South Dakota, wherever oil is produced in America, the fortunes of governments getting royalties have dramatically shifted. And the president is correct when he says that higher oil prices means added wealth to those who produce it And the biggest producer of oil in the world is the United States of America. And it's all owned and run by private enterprise in America. The old dollar, the mighty dollar rules. And so, yes, oil and gas companies in America are doing just fine. Thank you very much. Canada, too. Canada doing very well. Thank you. Newfoundland producing oil and gas. Nova Scotia, off the coast of the Maritimes in eastern Canada. And northern British Columbia, Alberta, Saskatchewan in the west, doing just great. All kinds of royalties coming in. Canada's the world's, fourth, fifth largest producer of oil. We don't have, by the way, we don't have a national reserve of oil. We don't store, 500 million barrels for an emergency stockpile. Why? Because we produce oil in the east, the west, and we produce more than we can use. We don't use the oil. Most of the oil we pump up is sold to others. And so that's why Canada enjoys such a high standard of living, which is improving rather rapidly. I'm surprised that Canada's dollar isn't higher than it is now. I would have thought that by now Canada's dollar would be 80 cents against the US dollar because of the increased value of the country's revenues. But I guess it's going to take a while for this to sort of settle in. The last time the Canadian dollar took a shot up in value against the American dollar was when oil hit $140 a barrel back in 07, 08. And they're talking 200 a barrel out of Iran. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to talk the price up. But what happens if oil hits 140, 150 bucks a barrel in the next month? Would the Canadian dollar reach like 85 to 95 cents against the US dollar? That would take a lot of the inflation problem away for Canadians. Wouldn't be good for the rest of the world, but it could be good for Canadians. Very interesting. Anyway, what can I tell you? What can I say? First Avenger's not happy. There you go. Juan, how you doing there, Juan? How's it going, buddy? Juan Munoz. I'm writing $20 cash secured puts on Sofi for 1 to 3 months out. I still have quite a few 28 to 30 Januaries for 2027s as well. Look, any cash secured puts you want to write on SoFi, 20s, 22s, 25s. I mean, pick your number between 20 and 30. Knock yourself out, depending how far out you want to go, how much cash you want to bring in. Cash is king. Have you noticed lately in this market? Cash is king. And Juan, you're doing it right, Bob. You're doing it right, buddy. Absolutely right. I like it. Anyway, it is what it is. Jeff, you make a good point. I should emphasize this point too, that Canada is a very diverse country when it comes to economics. Canada doesn't make all its money from oil and gas. It makes a lot of money from crops, the wheat basket, like America, to the world, oats, canola, corn, other grains. Canada produces beef, pork, exports a lot of food around the world. Canada has a manufacturing base, very heavily concentrated in eastern Canada, but there's a manufacturing base a bit out west, but mainly out east, of course. That's where the majority of the population is. And so parts of the Canadian economy is doing well with higher prices. Parts of it is not doing too well. And that's the balance that Canada has to deal with. Same with America. America has a manufacturing base. America has an energy base. Canadian mining companies, of course, are doing well. U.S. mining company. So, around and around it goes. It's never perfect. Let's just be real. It can't ever be perfect. When you have a fully balanced economy over various areas, some will do well some years, some will not. And so you're going to get the complainers and the others who say, hey, don't tax me out of business, the usual. But Canada's in a pretty good space, a pretty good place when it comes to economically diverse and food security, energy security, that kind of thing. Canada exports electricity to America, of course, in the east. The amount of electricity generated by Quebec and Ontario to New York State Connecticut, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania. It's massive. New Jersey, tons. So, it is what it is. I just think that it's a shame that the Canadian, Mexican, American triumvirate is not on the same page together economically to drive forward our advantage between each other. Absolutely incredible advantage we have over the rest of the world. And it's being ripped apart the last year, and it's been badly strained. But, time is our friend. 3 years from now, hopefully, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, it is what it is. One day at a time. That's what you got to do. Okay. In the meantime, option writers, knock yourself out. If you do not know what it is to write a cash secured put and to make money with your money, then you need to get some classes on how to be an option writer. And the good news is you can go to my webpage, stockmarkerswithbruce.ca, and you can choose a bunch of classes over there to, in effect, help you to become an option writer. If you go to my website, you'll find this page right here. This is the home page of my website. There's look how young I was a few years ago. Oh my God, I've aged. This is before my beard. Look at that. You want to know what I look like without the beard? There you go. If you hit classes, there's a tab there. It says classes. You'll come to this page right here. Attention students, class is in session. Scroll down that page, and you will come upon the selections available to you. If you just want to buy one class, you can buy one class off the website, one at a time, at $200 a class, anytime you want. Just hit the PayPal buy button now, right there, buy now button, and you will be automatically given a link to the class you'd like. The first two are really important if you don't know anything about option writing. But if you want to become an option writer, here's where you go. Classes 3 and 4, right behind it. Using aggressive trading strategies to profit from stock options. There's a couple of good classes there. Moving on into 5 and 6, you're going into winning strategies new investors need to know. Common mistakes investors make. Kind of need to know that too. And then here's 7 and 8, earning income from writing put contracts. That is one of the most popular lessons I've ever created. That is cash secured puts right there, number 7. Number 8, how to trade stock option credit spreads. Oh, people love that one. And here's number 9 and 10, how to trade butterfly call and put option spreads. Number 10, how does Uncle Bruce pick his favorite stocks, without a war taking place. Number 11, using poor man covered call writing strategies to quit your day job. Another very popular class. Number 12, stock option rollover strategies for calls and puts. Oh, this one is a lifesaver. A lot of people were begging me to make that class. Number 13, 14, stink offers, stink bids, and the psychology of the markets. Oh boy, if you don't know how the market works, or you've always been curious about little unwritten rules like baseball, the unwritten rules of the stock market, right here, you got to go to 13. 14, how to maximize profits from writing stock options. All kinds of ways to maximize your profits. Here's number 15 and number 16 for you. Advanced poor man cover call strategies and how to use other people's money to profit in the options market. Iron condors. We talk about iron condors there. That was a very popular class and still is. And there's 17 and 8. It was 17, 18. How to fix option trades while adding cash to your account with smart credit spreads, and how to maximize stock option writing profits. Another version of that. And there's even a class 19 if you want. If you want to get together with me on a one-on-one basis, I do offer private consultations on camera. 1 hour of my time, $500 US bucks. You just send me an email at brucefarmer@hotmail.com and say, hey, Uncle Bruce, I'd like to get together with you to talk to you about my trading, my account, my situation. Things have happened in my family. Things are happening in my career. I got let go. They gave me 6 months severance. What do? I'm in Canada. I have an RRSP. I have a TFSA. we're selling our house. Someone died in the family, and I'm inheriting this money. What to do? How to manage it? I'll do the best I can to help you out. But it's a one-on-one private consultation. Let me know. Love to get together with you, and we'll have a chat. Anyway, there you go. Hello, everybody. Thank you for saying hi to me today. How you doing? Are you answering the poll question today? Let me know. What do you think? What are your thoughts on this? You think SoFi is going to break $20 by the end of March? It's 17 days away. 18 days. 58 people have answered the poll question on the vertical format, and it looks like 59 of you have answered the question on the horizontal format. Both are majority of you on both sides believe the stock of SoFi will break $20 before the month is out. I don't think that's all that much of a bet. Do you? I don't think that's much of a stretch, but hey, I'm kind of thinking it will myself. I think that 20 is not going to be too hard to do. The question is, when will it break 25? Is that going to take a couple of months? But we do have to keep in mind something else, not to forget something else, and that is that we're going to be coming up to the end of the first quarter's financials. They're going to be released. Now this is what, March 13 today. So in 18 days, it's the end of the first quarter, and then right around the end of April, the company likes to bring out their financials. I wouldn't be surprised if they bring them out right just around the 30th or maybe the first 2 days of May, but they'll come out with their first quarter financial results. And as usual, I suspect that they're just marching on and marching on. SoFi will release results that will surprise the street as always, will exceed their estimations. They'll have to yet again, for the ninth, 10th time in the last 3 years, revise their projections for the year going forward higher. Wouldn't surprise me. And we'll see how it plays in the market. I think that another stellar quarter like we just had, yet again, will take the stock closer to the 25 level or more. I do. Of course, $25 a share will probably put the company at over 30 billion valuation, market cap valuation. And that would probably put it into the 350, 375 range of S&P 500 companies. It'll be one of the more. It won't be one of the barely 50 getting into the index. It'll be well into the index. A $30 stock will probably put them at 36 billion, and a $40 stock will put them at 50 billion market cap. That will bring them into the upper half of valuations. That'll put them in probably the 200 spot, maybe closer to 150. Again, that you can figure that out by using Chat GPT or Google search. They'll tell you what SoFi would rank at if you ever wanted to know. Thank you, White Fox. Thank you, Stuart Longsdale. Say hi to you guys. Saying hi to you. You're saying hi to me. Appreciate you all. Look at the old GameStop. Have you noticed how GameStop just hasn't reacted at all in this last 2 weeks, 3 weeks? It just keeps on keeping on, doesn't it? GameStop shares. Let me load up my my watch thing here. 24.42 this morning. Stock was sitting at 20, 21, 22 all last summer and fall and the end of the year. I think GameStop is going to go higher the rest of this season and this year. I think up to 30 and plus is not too far away for GameStop. Simply because economically, I think they're doing very, very well. We'll see. I think, if I'm not mistaken, in the next month or so, 6 weeks, they will have their shareholder vote, to approve the financial package for Ryan Cohen. which will just, I think, open up the stock to much higher levels. But again, we'll see about that. I'm just a guy trying to figure it all out. The Magnificent Seven, what is happening with those guys? Apple here sitting at 256 and Tesla at 398. Tesla's kind of come back to that 400 level. Microsoft down to 400 from the 500s. Google 305, Amazon 210, Nvidia 184, and Meta 631. I think the rest of this year will be good for the Magnificent Seven. Maybe not starting today, tomorrow, but for the year on balance, don't be surprised if these shares are higher by the end of the year than where they are now. They're sitting on a ton of cash. They can borrow money at 1-2%. They're going to build out their data centers for AI. Cheers, everybody. Get some water here. Nice to have you with me. Yeah, we'll see what goes on. But we're watching the markets. What can I say? We have a lot to pay attention to other than just the price of oil or the price of gold or inflation, interest rates. You've watched me over the years. You've come to know that the economy is not dictated by who's in the office in your White House or in the House of Commons in Canada or at Downing Square in London. It makes no difference who is leading which country anywhere. The reality is the economy of the world is subject to supply and demand, interference with supply chains. It can be affected by a worldwide disease. It can be affected by a temporary or prolonged military campaign. It can be affected by a bird flu, by a crop disease. There's many things that can affect an economy. It doesn't matter who the politician is in any spot whatsoever. It doesn't matter what God you believe in or what musical group is the best of all time or whose football team won or lost a game. Irrelevant. There's a lot to think about when it comes to economics. But the markets react today, immediately, now. And they sometimes overreact. And they'll do that for a time, for a while. And some of you probably agree with me that the overreaction of SoFi from 32 to 17 something is a little much. And that's where I'm thinking, a bounce back into the mid-20s would not be that much of a stretch for SoFi at all. Now, other stocks, sure. They can also overreact too, obviously. It can happen all the time. Some go too high too fast, too far too low too quickly. Eventually they sort themselves out, don't they? And that's how this world works. What can I tell you? What can I say? What can I say? Thank you all. Charlie thinks SoFi's pretty. Michael, top bullish picks for 2026. He thinks NBIS, SoFi, Amazon. There you go. Well, what can I say? I think SoFi will make people money this year. Shareholders who either own it or write cash secured puts on SoFi, I think you're going to do great. If you're writing credit spreads, you want to be mindful of violent reactions either way on any credit spread you do, on anything you do it on. So be careful there. Charlie believes that puts near the market price going out 3-6 months will print you money, in my opinion. There you go. I think cash secured puts are a smart way to go with SoFi, a smart way to go with GameStop. Definitely pick your favorites and go ahead. The best part about writing cash secured puts is in the case of, say, SoFi and GameStop, you can write $25 cash secured puts on both of these stocks. You need $2,500 to write one put. 25 grand, you can do 10 of them. You want to go a little closer into the market on SoFi, you can go down to 22, 21, 23. Go out 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4, 5, 6 months. Take the cash right now, sit on the money, and be prepared to buy the stock at the price you pick the price you choose. If you want to write out of the money cash secured puts, you can certainly do that on GameStop and SoFi, of course. It's up to you. What kind of a premium are you looking for? Are you happy with a 5% return, 12%, 15%? You have to decide what kind of cash return you want immediately on the put you write, and away you go. Same thing with credit spreads. You have to decide on your credit spread which credit spread are you comfortable being exposed to. Are you looking at put spreads or call spreads, and how close to the money, how far away, and for how long? Again, that's the best part about this game. You set the rules, you set your slot machine, and let the gamblers gamble on your slot machine. Take the money up front and sit back and decide how little to give back later. Nice angle to be at. Thank you all so much for saying hi to me today. Appreciate you. We're live from Tokyo in Japan, where it is approaching 9 p.m. in the evening. It's approaching 6 p.m. 6 a.m. in the morning in Calgary, and 9 a.m. I guess in New York. I guess I'm 12 hours out of New York is what it is. Is that right? No. Is that right? No, 9 here, 8 o'clock New York. So it's 13 hours out. That's right. I found, Jennifer and I found that when we were on our cruise from Southampton under Africa all the way over to Singapore, every couple of days we had to change the time zone as we were traveling further to the east. And for a while, we were in Europe, of course, heading straight south down the coast of Africa, and we only moved forward about an hour, about 2 hours by the time we got to Cape Town. It might have been 2 or 3 hours, but then going straight east for a while, we were doing time zones every day or two. And it started to affect us. I began to realize to follow the markets, I had to stay up later. And the market didn't start till later. Well, here in Tokyo, the pre-markets open at 5 in the afternoon here. That's when the U.S. pre-market opens. The actual opening of the market is 10:30 at night here. So my market will not open for another hour and a half. The USA market that you are following will not open for another hour and a half, 10:30 local time. I find about midnight, 1 o'clock, I'm kind of done, and I got to get some sleep, so I can't stay up for the whole market. That's one thing I am kind of looking forward to, getting back to Calgary, because the market opens very early in the morning and is over in the early afternoon. I kind of like that, although I have to admit, being in Switzerland and having a 4:30 open in the afternoon is kind of nice. You have your whole day first, get everything done you need to get done, and then you're home at 4:30. Market is open, closes at whatever it is, midnight. Yeah, that's not too hard to take, but to each his own. What can I say? Tom is saying that iron condors on SPYs and triple Qs are working for me. 3 weeks. 3 weeks out, $30 to $40 on each side, staying well out of the way. Aurora saying hi to everybody and myself. Thank you, Aurora. How you doing? Thank you. Hit the thumbs up button if you can, everybody. Appreciate that too. I love it. Pin is saying, I should have listened to you when SoFi was 7. Well, you listen to me now when it's 17. You better listen to me again. Listen to me this time. With SoFi in the $17 range, you listen to me now, and believe me later, you're going to make money if you're into SoFi here. If you've never owned SoFi shares, this is an opportunity. If you don't want to buy the stock, then write cash secured puts. Write $17 or $18 cash secured puts for 3 months out, and offer to buy the stock back for what it's trading for right now. You won't be sorry. I don't think you'll be sorry. Take the cash premium right now up front, sit on that money, fold your arms, and say, I'll buy the stock at $18. You want to give it to me? 16, 15, 16, 17, write any cash secured put in that level you want. Absolutely. If you want a big cash hit, write 25s and get yourself $7, $8, depending on how far forward you go. Maybe you can get more. You want a bigger cash hit, write 28s, write 30s. Go ahead, write 30s for Jan 27. January 2027, $30 cash secured puts. Take the $13 cash against a $3,000 commitment. Say, hey, I'll take this deal. You're offering to buy it for what it's trading at. There you go. Stock goes up $25. Those $13 puts you wrote are going to be worth about $6. You can buy them back, keep the change, and say, thanks, I just made money without even owning the stock. There are classes available to learn how to do all this, to write call options, poor man covered call options, credit spreads, cash secured puts. Here it is, option classes. They're on sale. Buy 3, get 1 free for a limited time. Spend $600 and get $800 worth of classes from my website, stockmarketswithbrutes.ca. Figure out the 4 classes you want. Make your payment for $600 to the PayPal address down there. Send me a private email at brucefarmer@hotmail.com. Tell me the 4 classes you want. I will personally send you your 4 classes. And then you are on your way. You're going to begin the process of learning how to write stock options and letting the option gamblers pay you for the privilege of guessing where the market's going to go. You'll just take the money and say, thanks, give me the dough. I'll take the dough. More power to you. So if anyone out there would like to take advantage of the sale, it's available. I'll check my emails every day from Tokyo and eventually from Calgary. Later this month, I'll be back home and we'll go from there. Thank you all. Matt says, I'm in Sofi from puts that were assigned at 22.29. I need a pop to write more cover calls, and around we go. There you have it. You can write calls right now if you want. You can write a $22 call, 23 at 25 till January 27 if you want. You'll bring in a premium, definitely bring in a few bucks. But it's up to you, Matt. You can wait it out, see if the stock inches its way back to $22, and then start writing writing calls from there. Absolutely can be done. So always be writing. That's the name of the game with the option writing business. Fantastic. All right, kids, I've been on the air for 57 minutes, and I think I'm going to say goodnight. Thank you again for joining me today from wherever you are. Thanks for these. Hopefully, you're answering my poll question tonight or this morning for wherever you are. 69 votes now coming in on one of these channels. 54% of you saying yes, I think Sofi will break 20 by the end of this month. On the horizontal presentation of this show, 73 results have come through, 73 votes, 58 to 42. Yes, saying yes, Bruce. The stock is going to break $20 a share. Thank you for doing that. If you can find that poll question, nail it. And again, thank you for those of you who have been kind enough and able to hit the thumbs up button. I appreciate that. Thank you again for all of your support for this YouTuber. Much appreciated. Classes in plain English, says Juan. Exactly. That is the secret of those classes. Charlie, I'm waiting for a pop on Sofi also, Matt. I was assigned another 200 yesterday from a March 20th, 26 put that paid me $244 premium. So he ended up paying 23, say 56 for the stock. Stock pops a little, he'll write calls on those and make money that way too. Bryson, thank you for saying hi. Rocketeer, morning Uncle B, great to see you here. And Matt, thank you for the shout out, and all of you, thank you for the shout out saying hi to me. Much appreciated. All the best from Auntie Jen to all of you and Jen Jr. We talk about you guys all the time. And I know I haven't been on the air lately because we've been traveling, and soon we'll be back in Calgary. I'll be back in about, within 2 weeks, I'll be back in Calgary, and you'll see me a little more often from there. 1788 on the Sofi shares. They're up 18 cents in the pre-market today. Thank you. Thank you, Charlie, for your shout out, and everyone else who's been able to say hi to me. Much appreciated. We'll catch you not too long from now. And you keep on writing, everybody. Thank you, Eddie. Glad to see you, Uncle Bruce. Be safe. Thank you for these kind words, and all the best to all of you from wherever you are in this wild, wide world. Thank you again. And we'll talk to you next time. Bye.